It's funny. I started kind of going backwards in life. During college, I thought I'd be an accountant and love numbers, love math. But then I realized an element of it that I wanted to have was the people connectivity as well. My dad was a banker, downtown Mount Clemens for years. First National Bank of Mount Clemens, and I was First National Bank of Mount Clemens. He was First Macomb Bank, so it was in the blood a little bit. But a lot of it came to be about a balance of your education and what kind of person you really are. And I found that I'm more of a people person than I thought I was. I can tell you, when I can see that I've impacted something that's tangible, where you can see a real result on the other side, whether it's lending money to see a building get bought or a building get built, whether it's seeing where you lent money into a factory where you see jobs get created, where you can see an output at the end of the day, I think is really what I find is most gratifying. When I can drive around with my family and say, I know that company, I know those people, we've worked together, and you see something tangible being created, that means a lot to me. I think the things that the industry has allowed us to do in the community, whether it's community reinvestment, support organizations, sponsorships, donations, having that as the balance to how I do things every day is probably something or an outcome that I didn't really anticipate coming into banking. And it's nice to walk around and support organizations, and ones in particular are helping to improve lives in the markets where we do business. They say that's a byproduct of the industry. When we do well, we give back. I've accomplished a fair amount, and I think a relatively short tenure with the organization. I mean, I've been there 28 years. I've got to do some great things. You have to then say, what is your legacy? At 53 years old, I have a couple good years left in me, I feel. I want to make sure when I leave the organization I can point to something that I've changed. And for me in this market, it's really been a balance of starting as a community banker in Mount Clemens and seeing a lot of development and growth in Macomb County, and then being able to influence it as a senior banker and reach into Oakland County and Wayne, and then really making the decision as president of Fifth Third to move the organization downtown into Detroit, and not just for the image that we've created for ourselves, but for how we've impacted the outcomes of the marketplace. Having that strong urban core helps feed that suburban environment as well. So I'm hoping that my legacy becomes that I made the decision to go back into the city, help it, see it redevelop, and see it sustain. And I'd be proud to look back on that someday and say I was the guy to help lead that challenge.